on this wonderful broadcast. Sunday. Wow. 11/3/2024. We're just getting started here, testing out the equipment. Once again, PNGZ Cast number 387. I feel like I got to stay glued to this microphone because it doesn't work like it's supposed to. Anyways, um, hey, that didn't sound too bad, did it? Oh, come on. All right, we've got some new equipment we're trying here. Once again, this is Santos out of Stockton, California. You're live with me, interactive PNGZ Cast number 387. We're going to be here for about 30 minutes. Jim is not with us tonight, so I'm looking forward to your question. I'm looking forward to your interaction. And we're going to take on this topic tonight. So we're going to take on the topic of 3 outcomes. I think I wrote it down. Let me make sure that I wrote it down here. 3 outcomes. And hey, don't bust my chops. Right? All right. The 3 outcomes uh, for the problem gambler. So you're either going to face one of these, you might face two, you might face all three of them. But either way, there's only 3 outcomes to the problem gambler. We'll talk a little bit more about these, and we've got a little rhyme that I'm going to share with you at the middle of the broadcast, hopefully to inspire you to better your life, to prepare for Monday, to prepare for Tuesday. And we're also going to dive into the real battle. The real battle. Where is the real? How can I win, Santos? Where is it that I really need to fight in order to win, Santos? So we're gonna do our best. I'm gonna do my best. I'm all alone in here. I feel like, geez, come on now. And anyways, episode number 387. Get in, turn down your distractions. Let me see. We've got energized tonight, focusized, and ready for growth to size. All right. Out of time. Somebody else is with us. I don't know. If you want to show who you are, we're live on LinkedIn. We're live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Insta. No, that's Twitch. Twitch. And I'm actually wearing one of the official t-shirts today. There we go. All right. So we're gonna get started here. We got a proverb. Unless I get a question or something, 30 minutes is gonna go by very quick. If you want to come on the camera, you're welcome to join me on the camera. The StreamYard link. And by the way, if there's something going on with my voice, please let me know. I've got this new equipment. I believe I have it set up right. I'm trying the best that I can. I might have to throw this thing out the window if it doesn't work effectively. Or, anyhow, good evening, Raymond, and those of you that are here. So we're going to get into the proverb. Yes, good evening. You sound fine so far. Thank you. I feel like I got to stay glued to this microphone. The other microphone, the snowball wasn't like this. So I kind of feel like a little prisoner here. You know, I can't really move too much, but I guess those are the sacrifices that podcasters have to make, right? Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. Let me get into the proverb here. So again, once again, you want to stay with me here for a little bit, 30 minutes. You have a question you want to ask, you got a thought, you got something going on. This is we're going to talk about the clutch, the battlefield, where you literally need to win before anything else. All right, John 6:26 and 27. I'm going to read it right here, and then we'll get into the proverb. I mean into the broadcast. All right. Jesus answered them. This is St. John 6:26 and 27. Jesus answered them. Put on my glasses here. Oh boy. Jesus answered them and said, verily I say unto you, You seek me not because you saw the miracles, but because you did eat of the loaves and were filled. 27. Labor not for the meat which perish, but for that meat which endureth unto everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give unto you. For him hath God the Father sealed. That was Proverbs, John 6. So it's a good time to be praying. It's a good time to be reading the scripture. It's a good time to be meditating. We're going into the new year. Are you guys going into? Hopefully, we'll make it into the new year. All right. Who's with me? Any questions? No questions. Come on, folks. LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch. Somebody's got to be twitching. Me. Is anybody alive out there today? Anybody? Anybody alive? 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 Okay. Well, that function didn't work too well. So let me read the first POI. Anybody with me out there? I don't know how to put the music on in the background, so don't bust my chops. Okay? All right. So, by the way, here's where the clutch, the battlefield really is, right? And it has to do with emotion, it has to do with your thought. The problem gambler, the problem that he has is not walking out of the casino or overspending too much money or not eating enough protein. That's not the problem. That's not the major problem. The major problem comes from something else. It has to do with emotion. It has to do with thought, right? I called it the dynamic duo. Your emotions, right? That what moves you inside, and then those thoughts. You could be driving your car, and all of a sudden, a thought comes in. It's just a thought, right? You can't see it. You can't see the thought. You can just see it in your mind. I call it the dynamic duo, and an involving sin also. So let me ask you, what are you doing with those thoughts? What are you doing with those thoughts? Which ones? Hmm? What are you doing with those thoughts? Which ones? Sounds okay. Far away from the mic, also. Good. Thank you. All right. I'm going to see if I can get you guys to interact with me because I feel like the teacher. Ah, you got me. All right. What else do we got in here? But then again, if we nobody interacts with me, it'll be like, maybe we'll just interact with myself. So I am asking a question. What are you doing with those thoughts? Which ones? Right? Which thoughts are you talking about? I don't know. I don't know which thoughts that you are. You do. Number two, what are those thoughts doing with you? What are those thoughts doing with you? Now we talked about there's really three outcomes for the gambler, and I'm gonna get ready to read that here in a minute. There's three outcomes. We all that have gambled face this at one time or another. What are your thoughts doing with you? Right? Are you aware? Are you aware? Knowing helps, right? What does the problem gambler have? What is the problem that he has? It's becoming more aware of what's going on. Am I correct here? That's the battlefield, right? It's not about banning. I People say, well, I'm going to ban myself from the casino. I don't know if I've ever done that, but I went back. Right? It's not about how much money you spend or the lack of or whatever. It's about the battle. It's about the thought. Okay. Uh, City by the Bay says, let me see what City by the Bay says. Is it a question? Is it an answer? I made 700 yesterday betting college football. Withdrew 500 only to deposit 400 today. It's the battle, right? The battle, it's not the battle of the bulge, not the battle of the bulge, it's the battle of the thought and emotion. You're fighting against the dynamic duo. That's what you're up against. You're up against your own dynamic duo, not mine, not Jim's, not anybody else's. In fact, we talked about this last week, comparing ourselves with others. It's called comparison. Comparison. It's a deadly disease. So, what are your thoughts doing with you? Hmm. All right. Who else? Constant BS. Yes. You're becoming more aware of what is actually going on when gambling is crucial. When you become more aware, becoming more aware of what's going on in here. A lot of us don't think about this, right? You don't practice this until you come here and then you get offended at me because I tell you the truth. No, I'm just kidding. I know that you guys don't offend me. You guys are like this crowd here. We all make mistakes. We all make mistakes, but that's the reality and that's the fight when you become more aware, right? Just becoming more aware gives you an edge, doesn't it? Knowing helps the right time. What is the right time? That battle hits. You got a thought, you got an emotion. You get an emotional something going on emotionally and then you get a thought and then you make a decision. Must be one here in the unseen realm. The mind knows no difference between the real and what is imagined, right? You're aware of this, right? Whatever's going on in your mind is imagined, but the mind doesn't know whether it's real or not versus something physically happening. The mind, you might know, the mind doesn't regulate that. That's kind of strange how it does that. So you could be in your mind feeling like you've done the wrong thing already within your mind without even taking action. You've already done it in your mind. Incredible. The dynamic duo is your emotion and your thoughts working together against you. When you practice something, like when you work out, if you worked out long enough, if you stop working out, you'll think about it, but you'll emotionally, you will also feel it. Your body, um, your body senses something different. And of course, your thought and your emotions really, they really inspire you. We're not thinking about this. We're thinking about the mind most of the time. Oh, I just had a thought. I had a thought. I had a dream. I had a dream. But they're two, your emotions, right? Your nervous system, your body. You conditioned. We condition our bodies to do things over and over and over, and then we're fighting. We're fighting against the body, and we're fighting against the thought. It's crazy. It really is sometimes. But what are your thoughts doing, right? And do you know which are the thoughts that will do you in? or are doing you in. All right. It's like a drug, those dopamine rushes. Yeah. Yep. Hey, by the way, we're 15 minutes and we're only going to be here for another 30 minutes. It's not going to be a long broadcast tonight. I was just thinking about these. And let me read the three outcomes too, also. I want to make sure that you guys get this because we don't think about this shit, folks, right? What? Exactly what? We don't think about this. So we have to bring it up. Two things, okay? Well, actually, three. One is I can win a few jackpots, right? You can win a few jackpots, or I can lose whatever I spend, or I can just break even and leave when I'm tired. Really, those are the three outcomes, right? I can win, possibly walk out with a jackpot, or I can lose what I spend there and then some, because generally you take more and you you know you're wanting to get back what you lost, or you can get tired and leave. You broke even. One of those three outcomes is constantly working against you. And if you don't face that, again, if you don't face your thinking, if you don't face your thoughts, right? What's going on? There's something going on there in the unseen realm. You can't see it. Your subconscious does. I got a little rhyme here I'm going to read in a few minutes, but let me look into the before I read. So, those are the outcomes. All right, make sure that I'm looking at my notes here. I want to stay I stay glued to this microphone a little bit. I guess if I step back a little bit. And let me share something with you. Those of you that are supporting the mission, those of you that have given to this mission, I want you to know that, as I work on supporting others and yourself here to live in the PNGZ, a better life, if that's what you want, that's what you're looking for, better Monday, better Tuesday, please remember to support this mission. We do have t-shirts available now. PNGZ. Got something on the back too, I think. Oh, does it have something on the back? I gotta show the back. Yeah, let me see if I can show the back. Can I show the back? I think I can. Let me see. There you go. A couple of them. Anyway, I'm a bit sore today. Yeah, my back is not playing well with me. So remember to share. Remember to leave a comment, subscription. If you can give me a like. Sometimes we forget again. We are forgetful creatures, creatures of habit, and we need to be reminded. I know I need to be reminded all the time. So thank you for your likes. Thank you for your comments. And if you contributed financially, thank you for supporting the mission. Once again, we do have t-shirts. I'm taking orders. If you want a t-shirt, we have the PNGZ, S.O.S.M. We've got the Alpha t-shirts. Alpha, they're not Alpha, they're Alpha, ALF. And I'm not going to let anybody know what ALF stands for. It's just Alpha t-shirts, gear. All right. So please remember, if you feel supported, pay it forward. Even if it's just something small, whatever you can do, time, subscription, you subscribe, you comment, you share, thumbs up. Or hey, you can send $5, $10, donate the mission. All right. All right. Who else is with me? My experience with lottery gambling has my experience with lottery gambling was mostly I think um, gambling, mostly losing. Yeah. One of three. But typically, on a given night, you're only going to face one of those, right? And you can also face these thoughts in your mind. They play with you. Your mind is like a torture chamber sometimes if you're not careful. It can be. And you must become more aware that there's a battleground. And that's where the 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 win or the defeat starts. Right up there at the conference table. You got a conference room. You might have a really nice conference room, nice wooden table, nice leather chairs. Right? You might have nice pictures on the walls there in that conference room. It's in your mind, and somebody meets there, and they have discussions, and then either you agree with that or you disagree with it. What God has shown me about all of these things is that they're going to come to an end. This is just temporary. We're distracted. We're being misled. We're being lied to. And that's the truth. That's the reality of the truth. And we give in sometimes to sin. We give in. We just give in. We might find ourselves weak. The key is to get up. The key is to get up and command yourself and go to the hospital, right? Maybe this could be like a hospital for somebody. Oh, well, Santos, I lost $7,000. I understand, man. I know what that's like. Set losing 10 or 15,000 or $20,000. I completely understand. I not in your shoes, but I understand the losses. I know what it's like to lose 15,000. I know what it's like to lose 100,000 and more. I know what it's like personally. So either you're doing your thoughts or your thoughts are doing you. All right, we're coming to the end here. We've got a few more minutes. I'm going to share a little rhyme that I put together about the three outcomes. Little rhyme that I put together. Again, the key thing is to elevate yourself and if you're going to beat yourself, if you are going to beat yourself, don't beat yourself down. Beat yourself up. How do you do that? Encourage. Well, you took a loss, you took a beating, you took a hit, you're still working on your recovery. Encourage yourself. Use your ST, right? Use your VT, video therapy. If you don't know what video therapy is, you should seek into video therapy because it's very, very life changing, transformational. And it's kind of a neat thing, I guess, when you create a video and then you watch that video and you listen to yourself. You actually listen to what's coming out of your mouth for 5 minutes. Anyways, um, that's a good question. That's a good question. What lesson? You have to ask yourself, what is the lesson that you need to learn, right? Because we're all learning lessons. Every one of us is learning. Yeah, every one of us is learning. So we're going to be back here. We got about another 6, 7 minutes. We're going to be back here on Wednesday, Lord willing, possibly on Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If not, there will be a video in its place. I'm putting out new content, more energized, shorter videos, but these videos are really getting to the point to really crack the code for those of you that are looking to become superior and to understand that you've got the ability. God has given you the ability. Whether you take that ability and use it, that's up to you. That's up to you. All right. So we've got the rhyme coming, and that's it. And I'm going to challenge folks to really pay attention to what's going on up here, right? There's there's a boardroom. It's all right here for you. What you do up here, what we do in life goes on into eternity. That's what Russell Crowe said on Gladiator. Anyway, uh, that was just a movie. All right, we're going to give you the rhyme here in just a minute. We're coming down to the broadcast. Any questions, any thoughts? Did you guys enjoy these 25, 30 minutes? Did we enjoy? Did we learn something? Did you learn something? Is the question. You don't have to answer in the text. Did you learn something? All right, let me get on with it. Let me get on. Okay, let me see if I can even read this. Okay. I can win a few jackpots. I can lose whatever I spend. I can get tired and leave, break even. One of these three is your plea. If you do the right thing, you will be luckily. If you lose, you snooze royally. It's not loyally and it's not loyalty. Either further and further you go down the rabbit hole. You might think you're holding on tight, just sliding down the pole to get to the bottom to feel like a little mole because of what the BFL stole. Partner, don't you go, you must grow to know your best flow. Even though you might feel a little bit low, your journey forward might be a little slow. You might even feel Don't you know? This will be your best show, and you will always glow high up. So tilt your cup. So, bro, don't you go. Now you know, unlike the crow, that don't stow. One of these three, G, you must flee to keep my companion Lee with glee, unmistakably, the PNGZ community. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed that. Maybe I did. I don't know. I could do always a better job at everything, right? Don't bust my chops, I said. All right. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate the time. I'm going to look for one more comment, one more statement. So if not, Raymond, out of time, City by the Bay. Who else was here? Just a few joined us live via LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitch. And remember, soldiersofselfmastery.com is the website where you can learn more about the merchandise. I'm getting ready to create a little store to house the t-shirts and other things that we have. Yeah, it's going to take me a little bit, but again, we got to pump this mission to see. Well, it's getting expensive to keep things going, that's for sure. And every once in a while, I do give to charities. I like to give to charities. I have a couple of charities that I give to. What else was it that I wanted to share about the community? Um, I guess that's it, really. Something more that I wanted to share. Do you have any long sleeve shirts for sale? We can make long sleeves. We can make hoodies. Um, yeah, all I need to just if you I can actually get the price and everything with shipping. I'm not making any money off these shirts. They're just going right from the store and to that's it. So you pay for the shirt, you pay for the shipping, and there's no profit in it. So it's whatever it is the store sells the shirts, and there's different materials and stuff. So if you have a preference, hey, I like thick hoodies or I like a thick T-shirt, something like that. You send me a message, extra large, large. What do you want on the front? What do you want on the back? We only have so many of these uh, logos and stuff, and I'll get it ordered for you. They're custom made. eventually I gotta work all of this into the system, and it is a lot of work for somebody to do to run a lot of this and keep up with everything. But um, I think you guys are worth it. At least I'm trying. People do donate here and there, so we're gonna keep our best. We're gonna do our best. We're gonna do our best. We're gonna move into 25 with our best. That's exactly what we're gonna do. So appreciate the appreciate the donation there, buddy. Thank you. And yeah, so in fact, I can even show you the the shirts. I think the last broadcast I had, I was sharing some of the shirts that I have, and they're different colors. We can order different colors. So we have. I like the orange. So I have the orange. I have this here. This one I'm wearing. It's supposed to be a little bit more red, but they didn't get the red. And then we have the ALF, ALF. I'm not going to tell anybody what that stands for. You guys can try to figure out. Sometime in the future, if I get enough of these T-shirts out, um, I will declare what ALF stands for and why I created these T-shirts. All right. So thank you, appreciate you guys, and keep looking up, ladies and gentlemen. Until my next broadcast, I will see you, Lord willing, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. PNGZ Cast number 388. 388. That's the next. Let me try to write it down. Wow. So remember, here's the clutch, the battlefield, your emotions and thoughts, the dynamic duel. That's where it must be won, in the unseen realm. All right, folks, with that said, thank you. We'll see you next time. Keep looking